Alright, so the first thing we've got to do is find the volume of a cross section. So we draw in a little cross section here, and we notice that it is a little rectangular prism. And any prism is the area of the base, which is a rectangle. So we've got the area of the rectangle times the height. So any prism, area of the base times the height. Now here, all these rectangles have a base of 15 times 20. It's not changing, which is nice. And the height is a tiny change in x, because I'm going to call my x as starting at the top and going down. So this distance here is a tiny change in x. So the volume of every cross section is 300 times a tiny change in x. Now, I've got my formula for work that I worked out on a live scribe video. So this is what you use if you're dealing with pumping water out of a tank and you're using foot-pounds. So I worked out how this came about in another video, and now we're just going to use it. So at 62.4, the volume of the ith slice is 300 dx, and the distance traveled by the ith slice, well, that's the distance that this guy has to go to be pumped out of the top, right? And that distance is just x long. And so now my limits, where does the water start to where does the water stop? Well, my water here starts, they say it's 1 foot from the top, so it starts when x is 1 and goes till x is 10. And if you plug this in on your calculator, you will get 928,640, and what's our unit? Joules. Oh no, not joules, because we're foot-pounds. All right. Now, again, we have some play. If you're looking at the back of the book, or you had a different idea of how to set up your x, some people like to start their x out on the bottom, right? Let's say x is this direction going up. That's fine. We can deal. You still have the 62.4. You still have the area of the ith section being 300 dx. But the distance traveled for this cross section here is this length there, and that's not x anymore. And it's not the full 10. This distance is 10 minus the x. So that distance is the full 10, take out the x, that gives you the distance that this section has to travel to get up to the top. And then where does your water stop and start? Well, if the x starts here, then it starts at 0 and goes all the way up to 9, because it was 1 foot from the top and it's 10 feet, so it would go from 0 to 9. And if you plug this in on your calculator, you will get the same thing.